Hello, freak bitches.
In my opinion, and I come from a certain era. I give that to people. There's a new era of kids, and I don't shit on them or hate them. They have this whole thing hating on these kids, calling it mumble rap, and I don't really got a problem with it. My only problem is like, hey, there's certain cats that are kind of disrespecting the past, and it's like, hey, be you. Be new, be different. That's cool. Be what you want to be, but don't fucking shit on cats like Biggie. And I'm not even gonna call out names and all this.
Right.
But anybody who's listening to me and is really hip to the game knows there's these youngsters that are kind of almost trying to make noise by disrespecting. And it's like, listen, the path that was walked before you is the only reason you could fucking wear that fucking cheesy fucking shit jewelry you get and fucking act so ignorant. You know what I mean? And go to the Met Ball and Gala and all this when you ain't nobody. And next year you're not gonna be anybody at the Met Gala. You know what I mean? You're just this year's fucking like novelty.
I don't know your business that much, but I understand
I'm just
what
talking
you're
about the music game in general.
Right.
The music game in
shit
general
on the older dudes that have been around.
There's a lot of youngsters that are like, don't know the history, and I don't say you need to know Biggie's every album, but don't fucking come out and shit on Biggie.
You can't shit
don't
on
come
Biggie.
out and shit on Pac.
But if
don't
they
come out and act like they didn't exist or you don't know anything about them.
That's unfortunate.
You know what I mean? And they're few and far between, but they've made big headlines, and that's why there seems to be this disrespectful hate for the young.
Right.
I don't got that because, listen, I always said, like, I just don't ever want to sound like that old fucking bitter dude.
Right.
I'll tell you, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that song or that guy, but go do it you. I might be old. Maybe I don't get what you're doing.
You know,
what I mean?
as I've gotten older, I give less of a fuck about what other people enjoy. And when I was younger, I had to, for some reason, I felt like I had to argue what I enjoy versus what you enjoy. And that doesn't make any sense to me anymore. It's we're all so fucking different. The idea, like, you meet people and personalities vary so much. The idea that we're all going to like the same shit.
Let me
crazy.
qualify what I was just talking about, actually, because really what I was talking about wasn't young people. If I want to be perfectly clear, what I was talking about was people my age that I hear throwing a lot of hate and a lot of just like, oh, that ain't rap or that ain't hip hop or ain't. Maybe not to you, but you really just sound old and bitter. You know what I mean? Let them kids get theirs. You know what I mean? I made the record I wanted to make. I didn't try to make a record that Designer or Future or any of these cats that are doing it now would make, because that would look stupid. I would look like a thirsty idiot.
Right.
Because that's not what I do. That is what they do. To shit on it is shitting on them, and I don't know them. I don't know anything. And honestly, I've heard Future records and I've heard Designer records, and they're not the worst things I've ever heard. I'm just not a fan. That's not my thing. It's not garbage. And I don't like when I hear people just calling shit out for garbage that isn't garbage. If it's garbage, call it garbage. Like Mr. Brainwash or something like that. That's garbage. You know what I mean? You don't even know who I'm talking about.
I don't know any of these people, but I do know what you're talking about. You know, here's the beautiful thing.
I had to throw shade. That wasn't even cool. But I meant it.
It's not at all. I would tell you nothing. I don't know what the fuck's going on in the rap world, but what I do know is if
rap.
that's
I
what's
wasn't even
happening-
talking about rap. He knows. He's laughing.
Tell me what you're talking about.
He's an artist. He's a
gift shop.
painter, like fake fucking street artist who like stole everything he ever did
Who's
from
that?
anybody.
Exit to the
Did you
gift
see
shop
the
movie?
Banksy
Oh,
movie?
Banksy.
Yeah,
The
movie,
guy
yeah.
that fucking like faked it till he made it. Like that's who I'm talking about.
Okay.
He's garbage, dude. Like
I
that's
understand.
garbage.
I understand.
That's garbage.
You have
I
the
mean,
right to be offended.
Is there somebody all right, you know what? For you, it's the equivalent of like Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Brainwash.